This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Velvet Pumpkin Productions, your #1 choice for all your online video and podcasting needs. Coming up on LeapTV, why you cannot create a company culture, how to develop an ideal logo for your product or service, and this week's performance tip, the Oops card. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions lead to massive results. As a brand builder, I get asked this question a lot. How do I create a culture? What are the perks? What are the events that I can do to create a good internal culture? And the answer to this is you can't create a culture. Culture happens. It's precisely why new companies don't have a culture yet, because culture is a byproduct of consistent actions, of consistent behavior. If you reward trust, then trust therefore becomes part of your culture. If you walk your talk and it's part of your day-to-day actions, then accountability and performance becomes part of your culture. So now that you know that you cannot create a culture, but you can build one with consistent actions, here's a thing that you can simply start doing. Every week, pick one of your values and actually have your team share how they live that value, even if it's once a week. The importance is to get to share about how we live those values and not just how we know what our values are. Because the thing to remember is culture is action, not words. Now, Leapers, here's what I want to know. What actions, what behaviors do you have at work that is building your company culture? I want to know that. So please just add your comment below the video at leaptv.com. It's a great way to learn, and it's a great way to add more traffic to your website. So take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I would love to share a little bit more about our sponsor, Velvet Pumpkin Productions. Danielle is truly the best at helping companies like yours increase online exposure by better communicating what you do best to, of course, increase your client base and ultimately your bottom line. Head on over to velvetpumpkin.com for more information. This week's question is from Bogi Shuba from Vancouver, BC. Bogi writes, Isabelle, we recently met at a client's appreciation night and I learned a great deal from your branding presentation. I have recently ventured on my own as an alternative medicine health practitioner, and here is what I want to know. How do I develop and find the right logo for what I do when my product is so unique and not easy to package? Bogi, I am glad that you're asking this question, and it's a question that I get asked all the time. The one thing, though, that you need to realize is it's important not to put the cart before the horse. A logo is merely just an emotional trigger to remind people of a specific experience. Now, to get to a unique logo that really expresses your brand personality, you need to first understand what makes you different other than what you do. Because everybody, no matter who, they can all say that what they do is so unique and so different. I've heard this even from accountants and bookkeepers. So we all think that we do something differently. So here is the thing. I am a brand builder, and when it was time for me to develop my own brand at LeapZone, I reached out. Why? Because when you're in the frame, you can't see the picture. I was too close to it to see the differences, the nuances. There is a process to developing a brand and a brand identity which a logo fits into. And the important thing to be very crystal clear about is what you stand for. What are your values? What is your brand promise? What are your differences other than the uniqueness of your industry? What is your X factor? What makes you so different from all your other competitors? Once you're clear on that, then developing the logo becomes a lot easier because we're taking the recipe of you and we're blending it visually. Because again, remember, a logo is solely a visual trigger for expressing your uniqueness. Investing in this process early in your business will really give you the upper hand, guaranteed. If you want to move forward but don't quite know where to start, a good place to start would be at leapzonestrategies.com. Just fill out our needs assessment to get started. Do you have a burning question about branding, marketing, or anything about business for that matter? Now is your chance to get some free, innovative advice. All you got to do is click on the Ask Isabelle button at leaptv.com. In return for asking a question, Bogey wins a 2-month free subscription to myleaptools.com. MyLeapTools is a vital business resource with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs like you perform like never before. We all screw up. In fact, it's important to screw up. It means that we are learning, innovating, and raising the bar. What is not cool is this. 91% of unhappy customers will never buy from you again. That is high. That is a high number. 96.7% of unhappy customers will never tell you directly. Meanwhile, they'll go bitch to at least 15 people about their unhappiness with you. Meanwhile, happy customers only share it to 5 or 6 other people. So, bad news travels much faster. At LeapZone, we know that we're going to screw up. And when we do, we make it better. We created a little oops card. Very simple, small, very cost-effective, printed digitally. And it says this: oops, we apologize that your LeapZone experience was anything but excellent. Your feedback is important to helping us continually grow and improve so we can serve you better. Enjoy this little treat on us. We add a little coffee card or a little gift of some kind. The important thing here is to leverage and reward your client's feedback. Feedback is gold. Feedback helps you raise the bar. And thanking for that feedback, first of all, gets the client to feel a little bit like a hero because they've helped you raise the bar. We take it one step further. When we have improved a system because of a feedback, we will reconnect with that client and say, you know, I hope you've enjoyed the little treat on us. Thank you so much again for your feedback. And I just wanted to let you know that because of your feedback, we now have a new process or procedure that will really avoid repeating that particular mistake with someone else. So thank you so much for speaking out loud and letting us know. So what I want to know now is, when you screw up, what do you do to make it better? All you got to do is add your comment below the video at leaptv.com. Never want to miss an episode? Very simple. All you got to do is subscribe at leaptv.com today. It's free, and best of all, it's hassle-free, with our promise to you of only one single notification per week. As a free bonus for signing up to LeapTV today, I will grant you instant access to my Branding from the Inside Out webinar that'll show you how to become extraordinary to avoid elimination. That's it for this week, and remember that everything you've learned here today will do absolutely nothing for you, unless, of course, you implement it. So take action on what you've learned today, and remember that it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. Don't forget to comment and share your ideas and opinions about this week's show, because we want to hear them. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can connect with me via Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for other valuable branding lessons, tools, and strategies to help you perform like never before. See you next week. Okay, give it to me. Give it to me one more time. Oh shit. Oh, with my little. I'm there. Hello, hello, testing. Hello, blah, 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 blah. Join me again next week for more. This was like I needed to swallow.
But you know what? You could have swallowed and kept going on.
It was a long, don't you think it was a tremendously long swallow?